Good morning. Following this in the media, the novel coronavirus, which is now dubbed COVID-19, was first identified in the city of Wuhan in the People's Republic of China. Since then, it has spread to all of the provinces of China, including those specially administered districts of Hong Kong and Macau. The source at that time, and this has still been a question that people keep asking, was linked to animals globally, this you can access this information from the situation report. This was prepared on report number 40 that was published on the 11th of March. Globally, the total confirmed case for COVID-19 stands at 103,702 with 4,125 new cases in the last 24 hours. Importantly, the death has also crept up to above 4,000. It's now 4,012. And as PWR is saying, death rates now stand at about 3.5 of all the confirmed cases, with 203 new deaths occurring in the last 24 hours. China has a very positive story, and even though the numbers are large there, 80,094 so far, we know that in the last 24 hours they just have about 20 new cases. In a population of 1.5, 1.6 billion people, that's a remarkable achievement overnight. The total death stands at 3,140, and in China the death rate approaches one each from several other countries that are on that list. For this quarantine itself, threat.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol having been established, please allow me to go straight into my presentation. What I would like to say is unfold. I invite you to look for where you have a role to play, where you can volunteer. And you will see in my presentation, even though we may have done quite a bit, there's still a lot to be done. A crown, so Corona is crown. And that's a picture of what it looks like. I don't think anyone has shown that yet. Continue. Right, and it was mentioned it was like a common cold. Keep going. Keep going. The next slide I think is a good one. So pictorially, there's a diagram here that kind of demonstrates comparison between SARS, which was discovered in 2002, MERS, which was discovered in 2012, and COVID-19, discovered in 2019. And here you can see the countries of origin. SARS was China, MERS, Saudi Arabia, and COVID-19, as you would have heard, China. Mentioned the difference between the surgical mask on your left and the N95 mask. I think, next slide, what is important, used to prevent contamination of or spread of droplets and infection from the person using it to those or a surgical platform in front of them or for persons around them. The N95 mask is the kind of mask that would help prevent you from becoming infected, as against the surgical mask, which is more to prevent you spreading infection to others. I think the guidance from PAHO has already been alluded to, so I'll skip this slide.
Thank you, Dr. Karen Boyle. Before we welcome Dr. Amsterdam on stage, I have two for health facilities throughout the country. Dr. Amsterdam.
COVID isolation, no requirements. Building on the other presentations that were delivered already. This was just attempt to 19 disease caused by SARS-CoV, which is an RNA virus. And I will just go straight to the next slide. It will give us. Cannot mix persons who are suspected with a person who is positive or confirmed. And then again, you cannot mix persons who are not tested positive for any disease because you're not sure what you have. In terms of you're going to consider cohorts. So cohorts are only for confirmed positive cases of a particular disease. You can have, well, this was discussed of some of the areas. On our right, we have the isolation room. On our left, we have our ante-room where the workers
it is the model of the isolation room
themselves to attend to the patient. So this is just a simplified version to give you an idea. And of your sinks, your hand sanitizers, ointments are very, very important. Also where you situate the exit and entry points as relates to the ward or the rest of the facilities also. Something to, thank you very much.
And since we are way above our time, we're going to ask you to do a summarized version of what you want to present. And if by the side of your eye you see me come and stand here, you just walk off the stage.
I'll continue straight into the presentation. Good. So what we're here to talk about is coronavirus. And ultimately, the mainstay is for us all to understand that coronavirus is not just my business, it's your business and it's everyone's business. So we've actually gone checking on the WHO website, typing in on Google, situation report, COVID-19, and you would get a daily report at 10 o'clock, it's normally updated. Next slide. So how does someone present to you? So we would have mentioned that this is flu season, so it's nothing new that people will come down with a cough, and I'm sure that some of us, well, here in the audience, have the common cold as we speak. And so it's very important for us to know that not every time someone coughs that automatically they have coronavirus. That's pretty important to know. So yes, how do you present? You can nose, sneezing, body aches and pains, and sometimes you can feel really sick. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? But the reality is, if you're actually COVID-19 positive, and you're coming to a health facility where other exchange.
here they're speaking about hygiene,
soap, washing with soap
cleanliness
and
of
water
hand.
for alcohol-based material.
What about
alone.
shaking of hands? How
Because the
dangerous is
combination
shaking of hands?
helps the situation even better. And you should always try to wash your hands with soap and water as often as possible. If you're in a situation where you're unable to access soap and water, then you can use your hand sanitizer, and then later you make sure at some point in time you wash your hands with soap and water. Now, wearing a mask, as DCMO would have shown you, it's not important for everyone to wear a mask. Why would you wear a mask? A mask is only worn when basically you're actually taking care of someone who's sick, or actually if you're sick and you're trying to avoid the spread of the infection. So even though I only have 2 minutes, I have to ensure that you understand how to put on a mask properly. So can I have a volunteer, Aputu? So it's important to note that one of the masks that we have is actually this face mask. And when you feel it, there is a bottom and there's a top. And how do you know the bottom and the top? The top is actually, you have a hard plastic or a hard metal at the top. So what do? You put the elastic, so there are 2 elastics at the end, 2 elastic bands. So you put the elastic hoops behind your ear. Good. You pull down the mask onto your chin and you pull up the mask over your nose. And then you squeeze your nose. That's very important. Now you put your hands underneath your chin to ensure as you exhale forcefully, there is no escape of air. Thank you. It's also important to note how you're taking it off. Right? You take it off using the loops alone. You do not start touching the face of the front of the mask because that would have been contaminated. And then you discard that appropriately. Plastic over your head, all the way to behind your neck. It needs to touch your neck. For ladies and men and gentlemen who have hair behind their neck, as in long hair, you need to ensure that your hair is fixed in such a way that it can make direct contact with your neck, yes? And then a second elastic band you put up on your head. And how do you remove it? You connect the elastic at the back of your neck to the other elastic, and then you take it off. Good. So that is just ensuring removal. Thank you. Please give him a round. Next. Right. Now, even though it's very important for you to know that how to put on a mask and know the need for the use of a mask, it's also important to know that before touching your face or before putting on any form of PPE, you need to ensure that you do proper hand washing. Just touch the mask on the outside because all the germs and all the infection would have actually been on the outside. Next slide. Now this is the donning of PPEs. And next slide. And this is the doffing of PPEs. Basically that's stating how to put it on and how to take it off. Next slide. Next slide. So to note, what have we done in GPHC? GPHC of itself, being Georgetown Public Hospital, being the main tertiary hospital of Guyana, we have written an actual infection disease plan. We've done training using our PPEs. We've done training, triage training. We've actually isolated and designated an area for isolation. We've started sensitization of our staff. We have a list of persons who actually designated to work in that area. And we have a simulation exercise tomorrow. And we're actually still working on getting sample collection exercises done. Next slide. So, this is a layout of our plan. This is a layout of our plan. On the first floor, when you go into the hospital, please note you have a decontamination area. So as the persons go up, they have the patients on the second floor, and then they come down, they decontaminate, and then they leave. Next slide. Next slide. Thank you very much. I hope that was short and sweet.
Thank you, Dr. Boyle. I know it is tough when you've had all the preparation. You're not really doing justice to it. This time I'm going to call the Chief Nursing Officer, Ms. Linda Johnson, to talk to us briefly on nursing support.
Protocols observed. My presentation is very short. Next slide, please. In the light of this global, well, I shouldn't say pandemic, epidemic, the nation's nurses must be adequately prepared to respond, and they need proper support to care for patients safely and effectively. This includes clear, evidence-based protocols and the highest level of protection in order to care for infected individuals, as well as prevent the spread of the coronavirus in healthcare facilities and the community. Next, please. few. Now the first is facility preparedness, designating of the right consistency, the right layout, the right ventilation and all of that, and the setting with the distance of the beds and so forth. So nurses would want to know that the area is appropriate for them to function in. Secondly, adequate staffing, the nurse to patient ratio. So when we have these cases, nurses can feel overburdened, having to deal with quite a few patients. I don't hope that we will ever have that in Guyana, but we will have to look at the amount of patients to a nurse. That is one of the concerns in these crises. Sometimes we have nurses having to be overburdened with lots of patients to take care of, so that would be one of their concerns. Also, safety protocols for both nurses and patients. There must be, as Dr. Amsterdam said, there must be clearly
The practical demonstration of how to wash your hands. I'm going to ask both your
Wet your hands with clean water. Step 2, then apply soap. Step 3, for 10 to 15 seconds, lather your palms together. Always remember to pay attention to your fingers, especially the nails and tips. And don't forget the back and between your fingers. Step 4, rinse hands with clean water.
Good morning, everyone. So we'll go straight into the demonstration to save time. So step 1, ensure you turn on the pipe and you wet your hand. Then you apply a sufficient amount of soap and you begin to lather. So we start from the inside of the hand and we lather, then we go to the back and we do each side, each one. If it is that you have on a ring, you can move it slightly away and ensure that you lather around that area. Then we interlace the fingers, the palm, and we go like this to ensure we get all of the corners. Then you will go around the thumb area of each hand. Now all of this would simply take 20 seconds. And we would say to you, while you're doing it, just sing happy birthday to yourself and make it a pleasant exercise. Then you will rinse. Then the last step, you will take a paper towel from the dispenser and ensure that you dry your hands. You dry them well. And then you will also turn off the top with the paper towel. And then you will dispose of it. In cases where we don't have water and soap, we ask you to use a sanitizer. And you ensure you have sufficient amount, and you do it in the same method as you did with the handkerchief. You go to the back, you interlace, go around the thumb area, okay? And you can leave it on there at least 15 to 20 seconds, and it will be sufficient enough to kill microorganisms or germs that will be there on your hand. And you can consider your hands are safe. Thank you.
ask the panel to come on stage. Take over the Crow, Dr. Boville, Dr. Amsterdam, Dr. Giddings, Chief Nurse, CMO. I'm sure you will have some questions that you want some clarity on, some information on. And while they are coming, let me remind you the hotline numbers: 227-4986, extension 215. Now these numbers are time sensitive. If you call 624-3067 in the morning, nobody will answer. Because that number is from 4:30 until 4:30 p.m. to 8 a.m. The hotline number, 227-4986, extension 215, is from 8 in the morning to 4:30 p.m. each day, 24/7.
Caution against this practice, and I will say it, and you can tell me on the panel if you agree with me, if I'm making sense. We know Guyanese have a habit of indulging in what I call self-medication, where they go against that disease. Is this the same with this particular illness? Or if you were infected once, you can be fearful that you will be exposed again to it. You can contract it again if you have been exposed again to it. That's my question.
Thank you very much. Interesting questions. As we can't see the audience very clearly. These lights are in our eyes, so we can't see who it is, but nevertheless, good questions. On the first one, I will probably give a response, and then the other panel members can also assist. But basically, you're quite correct. Persons do, gravitate towards a lot of self-medication and self-treatment and so on. We, as part of our move, we're trying to promote seeking and obtaining guidance from medical professionals. We have a network of health centers, health posts, district hospitals, and even the private sector, there is a network of practitioners around there that you can check with and obtain information. I think it's very relevant when we think about the situation with antimicrobial resistance, the problem with using antibiotics during things like viral infection has now put a big damper on the efficacy of those medication. When you really need to use them, they won't work. So I hear your point. I don't know, Peter, I may speak a little bit about Coronvirus and Dr. Amsterdam, the others on the panel, but this is maybe their general message.
No, it's new. But the data so far has not come up with a case of reinfection. And I think I'll give that to that. Exactly.
Tools or equipment are placed in public facilities, and public bathrooms. And there may be some facilities that are already starting to make changes with respect to this here. However, you may want to be, right, so you want to make sure that if you're going to use paper towels, it can be expensive.
I'm the president of Visit Rupununi. We are a stakeholder group of tourism providers across the Rupununi. So my members have sent a question, and that is, should there be an incident within the region, the Rupununi region, what is the recommended response? And yes, could you share that with us? And then I have one other question. And I am concerned about the fact that, especially for rural communities, these are inaccessible things. Could we look, or are there more local, cheaper options? Can we use hydrogenol? Can we have things like limonol or methylated spirits?
Are there a set of instructions that I must be giving this patient? Well, you go home, you secure an isolation space, you make sure you clean your knobs, you make sure you cover your car. What are the set of guidelines we must give this patient to prevent spread while they're in the public? I know, I asked like about 5 questions, right? So the first one was about the situation at the first class. You got it.
I hope I clear on your question. But so you, in the practice, I would want to re-emphasize a couple of things. Those are some very, very good important questions. We'd like to make sure that there's some clarity. For patients, whether you have a patient who have not met the criteria for consideration of COVID, then it may, what I'm getting from the CMO's presentation to others, is that those patients will be managed as for standard medical protocol. However, if you have a patient who is suspect met criteria, probably have contact with someone who's traveled to one of the high-risk areas, or who has been infected, then those persons should there should be some referral. I think even the doctor may want to go to the point of calling hotline as well to make this arrangement.
100 other persons, and then we're figuring out how. So you can be. Okay? So ultimately it will be setting up a triaging system to ensure that at the
I think I'm gonna get out here hard enough for today.
Hello, good day. I am Nurse Brandon, and I'm the Georgia International Academy. It's an international school. My question is, I've heard in the presentations they're training the staff of the public system. I would also like to find out if there is open.
Getting out of here, everybody left already. There's hardly anyone here. A few people. It was an interesting program. I had to represent my health center, sent by the doctor.
One of the things that is we want to encourage all of us, public and private. So, as I said previously, the person asked.
This is it, I'm out, I'm about at the exit. I'm out, I'm on Hill Road now. That's outside in the lounge. It was at the National Cultural Center building. Exit here, I'm outside everybody. Some of the participants from various ministries, doctors, nurses, medics. Some of them are hanging out. They're ready to leave also. I'm out of here. It's over, everybody's now leaving. Just a few people questions and doing their stuff inside here, asking their stuff and getting their questions answered and so on and so on. That's Dr. from Lise from the PAHO, the representative. There's Miss Karishma Jibu from UG, the head of the pharmacy department. So we have a lot of dignified guests here. I'm from the Enterprise Health Center, which sent by Dr. Hughes. So we all have to go back to give a report and to apply our knowledge in the environment we're working in the community. We just hope this knowledge will come in use.